Hello and welcome to Southern California CEO Magazine, where we bring you stories of successful entrepreneurs, businesses, and events right here in Southern California. I'm your host, Vivian Ecclefield. Today we'll be speaking with Eugene Montanez, Mayor for the city of Corona, California. Mayor Montanez recently gave his State of the City address to local business and community leaders. Well, your theme was Corona Rocks. Tell us why that is.
Well, sure. The theme that I picked for this year was Corona Rocks because we have so much going on. Corona is on the forefront of a lot of new projects. A lot of our businesses are doing very well. And so I thought it was applicable to kind of do that. We got a number of our businesses, Monster, Troy Lee Designs, West Coast Customs, to sign on to this, along with Fender Guitar, which manufactures all their guitars in Corona, to really show how strong the economy in Corona is doing right now.
And what do you attribute that to, though?
Well, a lot of it's location. The fact that we are the closest city in Riverside County to Orange County helps. We're at the intersection of the 9115 freeway, so a great transportation hub. And we've, over the years, tried to be very business friendly, very proactive in keeping businesses, attracting businesses, and helping businesses grow.
And how do you go about doing that?
We just try to make sure that when a business is locating in Corona, that they feel welcome. You know, they come into the city and they don't feel like there's an issue. We try to work with them. We have a concept of Team Corona where we get all the departments together so we don't get, say, building and planning to say, oh yeah, this is great, and then fire or someone else, another department comes in and says, no, let's do it this way.
Now, speaking of the 91, though, and the 15, your big plans for the 91, what is that?
Yeah, we just recently got the final funding for the expansion. It's over a $1.2 billion project. We're going to expand the freeway in a couple areas right near the 15 interchange. It's going to be 21 lanes wide. So it'll be a great addition to the inland area to really keep traffic moving.
We talked about the expansion of the 91. What does that do as far as future business, and how does it attract more?
Well, I think the economic impact of improving the freeway is a huge, huge benefit for the city and the inland area, because by increasing the capacity of what the freeway can do and reducing the amount of traffic backups that would be there, it really helps businesses see that moving to the inland area, moving to Corona specifically, is a great business move because they can get their employees to work on time, they can get their goods to their next destination on time, and it keeps everything moving. And I think as long as commerce is moving, people feel much more secure. They feel more comfortable in the way their business is going.
Now, as far as the movement of traffic, I would imagine it's all tied to the port. If you're in manufacturing, that's where it comes from. It comes straight down from the port through the 91 right to Corona. Is that right? To
a certain extent. Corona's never been a huge logistics area. Some of the other outlying inland areas are. A lot of our manufacturing actually gets exported, so it is helpful for the port access there. We do have some input from the port, but a lot of our businesses are actually looking to export. I met with Ibach Springs just the other day, and he's looking to really grow his U.S. business, and he has a plant in Corona, one in Germany and one in China. And what they're actually doing is they're not planning on building anything in China and shipping to the U.S. They want to keep all their manufacturing in the United States. And so they're doing everything they can to keep it all here. So they manufacture springs, shock absorbers, everything else, a lot of it for the automotive industry, and they warehouse it in Corona, ship it all across the country. So Corona's their hub for North and South America. They'll have China for Asia, and they have Germany for the European markets. So.
Wow. You should have President Obama out here touting the fact that you're creating American jobs.
Well, actually, we had Senator Feinstein out here not too long ago, and she was amazed. She took a tour of the Fender guitar plant, which makes all the Fender guitars and amps, all the higher-end ones, for the whole world. And actually, 40% of their production actually goes exported straight to Japan. So a lot of that product and Fender gets exported. Monster, which is a huge company in Corona, headquartered in Corona, and they have operations all over the world. So they have over 350 employees in Corona, but they've got over 1,000, 1,500 overall, so they're going all over the world.
Well, we need to get the word out, because the word also is that there are no new jobs in California.
Right, and I've actually been very pleased driving through some of our manufacturing areas where people have actually put signs in front of their businesses looking for help, because it's not only that they have jobs available, people aren't applying. And these are more high-tech jobs, running CNC machines, running production machines, not low-wage jobs.
Right. Okay, so that leads us to the workforce and getting that educated workforce. How do you do that?
Well, we're centrally located with universities and both four-year and two-year colleges close by.
Lots of them, right?
We do, yes. And so we have partnerships with many of them. Norco College, we do a lot of work for our manufacturing base. La Sierra University actually has a criminal justice program in Corona. University of Phoenix is in Corona, but we have UCR, which is a great institution right here in Riverside, and very nearby we have Fullerton, San Bernardino, Cal Poly Pomona. So we've got over 32 universities close by, and we're the hub to really get our kids and young adults out to these universities.
But let's talk about the fact that we do need high tech. So are those universities kind of focusing on more of a high tech education?
They all have their own specialties. You know, UC Riverside is really looking towards medical. Cal Poly Pomona is a very engineering-centric school. Norco College actually has a technology, computer, and gaming focus. And so we have a really good variety, and so we try to utilize what they are specializing in for a lot of our local companies.
I was going to say, can a city go in and say, look, we've got all these jobs and here's the area, and set up a co-op basically with these universities? This is the training they're going to need.
Right. In fact, as I mentioned, Eibach Springs, what he wants to do is they actually have a program in Germany that he wants to bring here where they would actually start students in high school, get them, say, to Norco College, and through that whole process have an apprenticeships program so they would be able to grow the skills that they need. But the skills they need for their manufacturing basis really is useful for a lot of other manufacturers. So by doing that, we would not only be training them in the way that they would like to see them trained, but many other businesses that want and need, you know, higher tech manufacturing.
Wow, what a recipe for success. You need to spread the word and help other cities do the same. So let's talk about the future. What other big projects are in the plans for Corona?
Well, I mentioned Monster. They just recently purchased a 76,000 square foot office building. I met with them last week, and they already think that they're going to outgrow that, and they haven't even moved into it yet. So they're actually looking at buying another building or two. So it's great. You know, they're expanding. We have Dos Lagos, which has some undeveloped property nearby there. That was just purchased by a local developer. They're looking to put in office, residential there. But we actually have two hotels vying for a spot down there. So that's a really good thing when you have multiple people wanting to do projects right now. We have another project right next to the 1591 freeway that we met with the owners just last week, and they're interested in selling the property. Great freeway visibility, and that'll be another great office industrial space. So we have a lot of projects really going on.
When you have that many projects and that much business growing, is there a problem with housing then? Are you trying to get people more local, or are they always going to be driving in? What's the goal there?
We have one of the highest percentages of people versus jobs in the Inland Empire. So we have over 80,000 people that actually work in the city of Corona and 155,000 direct residents. So we do have a lot of people that drive into Corona for work. We are adding some residential projects that are more high density, condominium and townhouse type of projects. We have a great Metrolink station. We have one of the largest and most active Metrolink stations in downtown. So people can actually take the Metrolink to Corona or take the Metrolink out depending on what their needs are. And so we've tried to look at all different aspects, both from nice, 3 to 5 acre home sites down to condominium and townhouses. A lot of the younger people like to have that more urban environment. So we're trying to be able to accommodate whatever lifestyle someone may be wanting to have.
Yeah, because you've got young people, of course, entering the workforce who want that lifestyle, but then after a while they become families and they want a whole different kind of lifestyle.
Right. They want a bigger house, they want a yard, they want all those types of things. And we're very privileged to have one of the best school districts in California. They were just recognized recently by the Eli Broad Foundation as the only school district in California, in fact, to get an award that they're working on right now. And they actually didn't even apply for it. This foundation goes out and looks all over the country to find school districts that they're going to honor. And so they didn't even know they were even up for the award until they found out that they were one of 4 finalists for this.
Wow, what a great combination. I mean, being further inland, it's a little less expensive, housing is, which is also a huge advantage, but then to have the jobs, that's huge.
Yeah, one of my focuses has always been, ever since I was on the city council and even the planning commission before, was, cities really strive for sales tax revenue, but they don't always see the impact of having jobs. Right. And so, although sales tax is important, if we have jobs, those people that work and live in a community will spend more money if they have a job and they feel more secure. So that's one of the reasons why I've felt that it's very important to make sure that the businesses feel welcome. We have a small business, and so I know what it's like to be on the other side, to really try to make sure that the business community feels a part of the community.
That's great. Again, it sounds like a perfect recipe for success, and no wonder Corona is rocking.
We are trying hard.
Good job, Mayor. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right. The city of Corona is located approximately 45 miles southeast of Los Angeles in western Riverside County. The city encompasses 39.2 square miles with a population of about 150,000. It's a city whose heritage spans more than a century. It has more than 394 acres of parks and has been recognized by the FBI as one of the safest cities of its size in the nation. If you'd like to learn more about the city of Corona or would like to view the mayor's 8-minute State of the City video, simply click on the icons to the right of the screen. I'm your host, Vivian Ecclefield, and I'd like to thank you for watching this edition of Southern California CEO Magazine.